Morning gang, this is Mike G from MrMikeGarner.com, and first day of a new year for me, my birthday yesterday. So how are you guys? You don't need a birthday or New Year's Day to start a new life with a new mindset, but I always tend to set New Year's resolutions and have a bit of a goal agenda for my 69th year now. Oh my God. How old are we all becoming? Nobody's getting any younger. What are you doing with your life? So on May the 16th, which was the day before my birthday, I was blessed to go to the Aka tribes and the Karun with a wonderful organisation called Jungle Aid. And in the past I've been raising money for push bikes for kids in the local area, but I'm now going to divert some of that money over to that wonderful organisation to help these children who are refugees. Refugees is a word that we're all familiar with now, aren't we? But there's a lot of refugees from different conflicts in the past in the Thailand border areas, and a lot of people were displaced. But unlike what happens in Europe, where they get put in hotels and looked after, Thai government don't support any of these refugees. They sort of know they're there, and they're aware of them, and they allow them. But they have no rights as such, so they tend to create little communities and get on with it, and the men will farm and the women will do the homemaking, and those roles are reversed as well, not stereotypical, but that's what I observed when I went on the 16th, that went to one of these community schools that's all charity funded, and very humbling but very inspiring really to see how humans can overcome all sorts of adversaries and diversity. They integrate very well. They welcome our presence as we attend, and this is new to me. These guys have been working for years, Jungle Aid, but I went for the day and I'll be going again. And just a simple thing like playing skipping and taking a football and music and art. These children don't get a lot of opportunities to play. Beautiful kids, and makes you realise how blessed we are, particularly our children, with PlayStations and computer games and mobile phones, and our kids get everything they want and these have got absolutely nothing. So that was a real eye-opener for me and a blessing. It took me 3 hours to get there. We were there 2 or 3 hours and 3 or 4 hours to get back. The weather was terrible, and they live in these shanty towns that are sort of like made up for them to habitate. So yeah, watch this space. I'll be posting some photographs and letting you know the news from those visits. Yesterday was my birthday, and as you probably know, I can't sing, but I do sing. It's karaoke night, and went for a meal with friends, and probably drank too much. So I'm talking to you, making a brew now, and one of the things I want to do during this new year for me, my 69th year from my birthday yesterday, is more interaction like this. So I hope you support it and like. There's nothing to subscribe to, it's all free with me, Mike G, and if you need a chat, I'm here for that. I'm here to help, but I just think that our community, like the Aka tribe and the Karun community, we've got to stick together. There was a Unite conference protest yesterday. I'll talk about that in a minute. I'll just get the milk. I think one of the lessons that I've learnt over the years is that if you are against something, quite often it creates conflict within yourself. It vibrates conflict, and quite often it's aggression, violence, or depression, or anger, or frustration. So keep your mind on what you're for, not what you're against. So if you're against war, focus on peace. If you don't like all this disharmony, focus on harmony and balance, and send that as a vibration from you, that you know you can actually, where you are, do a lot of good by just being bright. Don't spread doom and gloom about all this stuff that's going on. I mean, we've got wars, we've been told all the time that there's this virus and that virus, and the World Economic Forum are saying this, and the World Health Organization are saying that. It's none of our business. I keep my ear to the ground and I like to know what's going on so that I can focus positivity to these areas where there's conflict. But I don't allow it to internally do my head in. I talk about it, but I talk about it from a place of peace and love. So, peace and love, man. I closed Mr. GTV temporarily. It's been archived, the group. It was quite successful. We had thousands of posts over the years, but because we're talking about subjects similar to the one I've just been talking about, people post stuff which has been fact checked, and that's all bullshit, isn't it? The fact checkers and stuff. But then that causes an internal problem for the platform, and I was deplatformed and ghosted. In other words, they weren't distributing my positive stuff. So I didn't want to delete anything particularly, because people have a voice and it's freedom of speech, which I'm pro. But it did negatively affect the Mr. GTV group. So I've closed it for a period of time. I'm coming back to the UK and I'll reinvent that group in a more positive way for positive communication. So if you want to catch me anywhere, Michael Garner, which is my family page, me as a man, and then Mr. Mike Garner, which is my brand page, me as a therapist, as a mentor, as a hypnotist. Those are the two places to go. And Mr. GTV will continue on YouTube. So I'll be posting, the podcast that I'm doing in collaboration with both Surf Radio and Andy Varga. So it's Andy V Presents and surfradio.com. I think it's www.surf.radio actually. And you can listen to that. You can stream it on 102.5 FM or listen to it, just say play Surf Radio, and I'm the host, resident psychologist. And I also post into two groups here. One's called Hua Hin Beginners, which is an expats group, and also Life in Hua Hin, which got me launched here. And I know the owners, wonderful people, Peter and Ying. So, there's lots of ways to connect with me, and I'm going to connect with you more this year, talking to you, making a brew, which I used to do during the pandemic, and then things got back to normal. I got on with my life, and although I post a lot on here, and you probably wish you hadn't become my friend because there's so much content that I'm posting, but click notifications, and if you enjoy talking to me while I'm making a brew, or if you want to talk to me while you have a cup of tea, we can do that. You can contact me on using any of the contact details where you're viewing this presentation, and just watch this space for more positive posts, because we're in a challenging world, but that's out there. Don't let that negativity and that frustration, that anger, all that horrible stuff that we're being bombarded with social media, which is an agenda to put you into fear. Get out of fear and get into love. Get into positive, happy vibe, because that's my tribe. So I'll say good day. I've got some Australian friends here, so I'm picking up on their language. And have a good day. Have a positive mindset, because whatever you think about, you bring about. And I want to talk more about that as we go through this new year for me, May to May. And as I say, I'll be back very soon in the UK. So if you're interested in connecting with me or coming to any of the free workshops that I run for donations for the charities that I raise money for, which is the Bikes for Local Kids and Education, and then this project with Jungle Aid, then all donations would be gratefully accepted. I can send you my PayPal or the charity account that I've set up, which is the CM Garner Foundation, in honour of my parents, which is Clifford and Muriel CM Garner. And as I say, keep smiling. The world is a beautiful place, and you can still enjoy a beautiful life if you control your mind, control your life, be positive and enjoy your mind. Take care.